beautiful day. We are back here at Riverside Triumph, an Indian motorcycle dealership. I'm so excited to be here. I can't wait. I've been wanting to try out this Triumph Rocket 3. It's been on my mind for so long, ever since I've been in South Carolina. But I'm pulling up right now, and yeah, let's take a trip, and I'll give you my feedback as I go. All right. I would be honestly lying to you guys if I told you I'm comfortable right now, because this thing intimidates the hell out of me. All right, first impressions, you know, throwing my leg over this and sitting down, wow, just wow, this thing is so freaking comfortable. I got the rundown from Ernen. Thanks again, Ernen, for allowing me to be here and pretty much experiencing this bike. If you don't know anything about this bike, you know, you can YouTube it. Again, it's not a review kind of video. I'm just kind of, you know, testing out a couple of bikes before I make my decision to buy a new one, because my Indian Scout, you know, I think I outlived it and I want something more. It's a great bike nonetheless, but you know, me living in the desert and having nothing but open road, I kind of want a little more to that experience. But Lord, let's go back to the Rocket here, you know, the subject at hand. The engineers did an amazing job with this thing, because having this amount of horsepower and torque and yet still be able to sit so comfortably is insane to me right now. I'm probably talking a little too fast because I'm trying to process what's going on in my mind on what I'm experiencing. But man, just by taking this turn, like I'm just in the mindset of how did they do this? But they did a great job. Right now, as soon as I get open road here, or at least some of it, I'm gonna, you know, punch it and see what this thing is truly capable of. But if you don't know, the Triumph Rocket 3 holds a 2500cc engine, which is pretty freaking huge. It's a big deal for a bike. All right, let's throttle this thing out. Ah, this thing is so cool. It feels so amazing. I know you guys can't see me, but I'm smiling ear to ear right now. Like, I'm giving it more. Like, oh, talk about confidence. I'm coming up a big turn here. I'm gonna regret it because I'm going a little too fast, but yep. Gotta squeeze into it. Yep. Okay. Luckily this turn whined a little bit, because I would have quickly regretted that. Yeah, I'm not doing that again. That was a really stupid rookie mistake. But yeah, I got a little too excited there. Thankfully that road opened up, because I don't know what I would do if I got into an accident with this thing, but I can't help it. If you guys were on this bike right now, you would feel what I'm feeling. Like, it's just a rush, it's a sensation, it's the adrenaline that just wants you to, you know, pump it up more and throttle this thing to see how much you can push out. But this thing is so cool. It's crazy comfortable. I can't emphasize it enough. But like the inputs, as I'm leaning into these turns, these inputs are amazingly responsive. You would think you'd get this kind of feeling, you know, with a smaller bike, like for example with my Indian Scout. But with something that's this big and boasts, you know, a bigger weight set, it's amazingly nimble for what it is. It's kind of reminiscent of that BMW GS 1300 at test road a while back, and it's gonna make my decision all that much harder, because right now I do want an adventure bike. I want an adventure bike that will get me into the desert, because I love to do moto camping, or I just like to camp in general and hike. But this is gonna be probably the toughest decision I ever had to come across with, because again, I got nothing but open road, and you know, I explore a lot, I travel a lot, for those of you that follow me. But this is something definitely to crave for. But okay, let me run down some numbers here, because I will share some statistics with you guys in case you were looking at this bike. But this bike has an inline 3-cylinder. It is water-cooled dual overhead camshaft. Again, it's a 2500 cc's. The stroke is I'm sorry, the compression is 10/8. It has 165 horsepower at 6,000 RPM, and it has 163 pound-feet of torque at 4,000 RPM. The system is ride-by-wire, fuel injected. The stainless is 3-to-1. They're pretty cool. It's gonna be really hard for me to replace them if I, you know, purchase this bike. The final drive is shaft controlled. The clutch is a wet clutch, multiplay hydraulic operated, of course, and it is a 6-speed gearbox. And let me just hit on this transmission as I'm shifting. And yeah, clearly, you know, moving out the way here because there's trucks on the road. Almost lost my train of thought there, but jumping back to the transmission, as I was mentioning, as I'm shifting up and down, I am very pleased with how quick the reaction time is. It doesn't even feel like you're shifting. It's just immediate. It's the most immediate transition I've ever felt. I'm gonna see how nimble this is real quick. Look at that. That thing for a vehicle, a bike that has such a fat tire, it really does take turns very well. And as you guys saw on that U-turn, it you know, I had no problem at all. It was really good. Sometimes I think in the back of my head, like, maybe I shouldn't make those tight turns because, you know, I got a freaking fat tire in the back and it just won't react the same. But as I'm doing these turns right now, I'm about to make this left, somewhat of a tight left. It's so good. It's just really good. It's perfectly balanced. But moving on, because I'm getting sidetracked here. What I do know is that the frame is full aluminum, so that just makes the bike, you know, that much lighter instead of having steel as the main component to build the structure of the bike. Which makes sense, you know. Gotta do what you have to do to make this bike very, you know, weight efficient. But the front tire is 150 by 80 and 17, and the rear tire is a 240 50 by 16, which is a fat tire. And look at me take this turn. Oh, so good, so good. Like, again, once you make that small input, it's just amazing. It's the most amazing feeling ever. And of course, we going back to, you know, the specs here before I get too caught up here. I'm getting too excited on this ride. But the brakes have a full Brembo package, which, you know, obviously we all trust the Brembo brand, and it's some amazing stuff here. The front brakes are 4-piston brake calipers, and the rear brakes are the same 4-piston rear calipers, which is amazing. It also has an ABS system. I'm pulling up to the dealership right now, so let's see if I left anything out that might have been important information to you guys. Oh yeah, you get roughly about 32 to 33 miles per gallon, which is a good thing for me as I got open road. But yeah, if you guys got any feedback, comments, or experience with the Rocket 3, please let me know. And don't forget to like and subscribe and support me directly through Etsy shop. Anything is appreciated, and I thank you guys for coming and experiencing this joy with me today. It was awesome, and I can't wait to do it again. All right, guys, I'll see you. Cheers.